Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwantner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the pleasure of meeting with Jeff Seeley. He is the CEO of Karoo International. Welcome, Jeff.
Thanks for having me, Gerhard.
Tell us a little bit about the trends that you're seeing in selling and how salespeople need to change.
That's a great question because I just have been speaking an awful lot about the number of salespeople in the world are going to go down, I think, dramatically. And I think the reason that is because the sales profession is going to have to change, really not in a dramatic fashion, but in more a professional fashion, and that people are going to have to truly be more business people. Before, we used to think of a salesperson was a social seller, relationship builder. That's still going to be important, but the reality is they also have to have a great amount of business knowledge and bringing that to their customer in a way to really help solve problems. So they really have to look at it from the perspective uncover, understand, and solve becomes their motto, not just, hey, I'm Jeff Seeley, it'd be great to have dinner with you, or let's go to a ball game, or the social aspects of it. Still important, but it's that uncover, understand, and solve becomes the real critical piece.
So expand a little bit about that, because you're suggesting business acumen and you're suggesting like 3 components. Can you explain those?
Yeah, and you're exactly right. The business acumen is going to be very important because as you think about organizations that have shrunk, the resources inside of customer organizations is less and less and less. So business acumen becomes critical. You need to be able to, as we say, uncover, which is really be a resource to your customers in terms of uncovering their problems, uncovering their marketplace competitors, uncovering the areas where they're really under threat. Almost being able to do a SWOT analysis, the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats for your customer organization. So that helps you uncover.
So start with a lot of diagnostic questions that give you a clear picture of the customer situation.
Not only diagnostic questions, but also research behind the scenes. Who are your customers' competitors? What is their strategic advantage against their customer? How does your customer operate in their own marketplace? Are they at the top of the marketplace, the middle, the bottom? Where are they in the marketplace that they're competing? So it's a combination of both diagnostic and planning. And sales professionals are well known for not wanting to plan, so it takes a different skill set to do that. Then once you have that, the understand is helping your customer and your customer's organization and your own organization understand how you can help them resolve those things that you've uncovered. How can you make them a better marketplace competitor? How can you influence their customer's customer in a way that's going to drive business to your customer? So that becomes the understand part. And the hard part about understanding is also communicating that understanding, because a lot of times our customers really don't even know what their own issues are. They know they have issues, but they don't know what they are and how to resolve them. And then the solve, that while that sounds pretty easy, it really then becomes how do we resolve this and solve this in a way that we collaborate working together to create a solution that's going to give you truly a competitive marketplace advantage.
So what you're saying is you're moving from insight to action. And that's a tricky piece.
It's very tricky, and a lot's been written about insight, and we could probably spend a half an hour just talking about insight. But a lot of organizations would think that, okay, if we just arm our sales team with a whole bunch of insights, 100% of them are going to go out there and knock it out of the park. Well, the reality is to deliver insight takes a lot just to get there in the relationship. But once you have the insight, it's putting that insight in a way that it applies to your customer. How a company views an insight doesn't then make the critical leap to how this impacts the customer. And that's where that business acumen comes in. That's where those things that you talked about is how we have to transition to, in a sales world, to go to that becomes critical.
And then you offer the customer choices. This is your current picture. That's alternative A and that's alternative B, and here are the consequences.
And I would even take it one step further is, here's alternative A's, we've seen it, here's alternative B's, we've seen it. What might alternative C be if we collaborate together between our resources and additional resources within your organization? Is there a C out there that was unknown to both of us? And that's where that synergistic collaboration comes into play.
So that's more a co-creational process and not a traditional feature benefit conclusion process.
Exactly, and as you think about that, the world before is, I've got some really great stuff, let me show it to you, and if it happens to fit your model, great. If it doesn't, okay, I'll go talk to somebody else in your organization or move on to another customer. This way, as organizations become more and more fluid, both in what we can offer and what our customers are needing, it becomes this co-creation of alternatives that create competitive differences. And I think that's really what salespeople are going to transition to, is to being more strategic advisors to create competitive differences, as opposed to, I've got products or services that you may need.
Well, thank you, Jeff. Check out Karooooo.com.